Maria Dolores Mercado has been coming to the Church of Baclaran in the capital Manila since she was a little girl. But on the holiest day of the Christian calendar, this is as far as she's allowed to go. As in many countries, places of worship are seen as potential hubs for spreading coronavirus. So for now, attending Mass is different.
Okay lang po yun kasi
For me, this is enough for now, that I am able to hear Mass outside the church. His words give me strength. My faith is my guide.
The Church of Baclaran has long been a refuge for the faithful who come from the poorest sector of society. But public Easter gatherings have been restricted for a second consecutive year, raising concerns from many Catholics here that the pandemic may have permanently altered the ways of worship. The Philippines has seen a steep rise in coronavirus cases since February, prompting the government to impose another round of lockdown in Manila and nearby provinces. But in recent days, at least 1 out of 4 Filipinos who have been tested have turned out positive with coronavirus. So this priest has been left with no choice but to preach in an empty church, although it could be watched online. He called for a moment of silence to remember the thousands who have died from the pandemic, sending a message of comfort to those who are grieving. In another part of Manila, Father Flavio Villanueva runs a center for the poor and homeless. He talks about redemption and the critical role the church can play in society.
Especially when society fails to respond appropriately, competently, and justly to the needs of the people. The church cannot remain silent. It will always serve as a conscience of those brazen people. The church will always remain as a light to those dampened by their hopes.
Kneeling before a homeless man, a reformed drug user, a lawyer, and a journalist, Father Flavi says they represent those who have been persecuted by the government. He offers a message of hope. But for many here, the shadow of death still lingers, though the faithful say they remain fervent in their prayers. Christ, they say, has been resurrected, and they hope Filipinos will soon rise from their sufferings too. Jamela, Alindogan, Jazeera, Manila.